Hi, my name's Jo. I'm the parent of 2 teenage kids. I had them with my female partner, and that was early in the 2000s. Years ago, after I'd had my first boy, I wanted to join a coffee group because both of my sisters, who were straight, they had had fantastic experiences with the coffee group, so I wanted that experience too. So I went to the first coffee group, and that was organised by Plunkett, and the people on it were perfectly nice, but they were kind of interested in how I got the baby rather than like who the baby was or what my experiences as a mum or just getting to know me as a person. They were just more fascinated with the mechanics of how I got pregnant without a guy. And my other coffee group that I went to, well, I never actually got there, which is a sad story. So I joined an antenatal group, and you get to meet a bunch of other couples going through similar experiences, and you bond with these people, on your Thursday night meetings. And then there was a big plan that everybody was going to get together when they all had their babies, and we were going to start a coffee group, and we were going to have a big get together, and we were going to show our babies off. And so I was very excited to be part of that. And then I had my little boy, and I waited, and weeks later, after everybody else had had the babies, I rang up and said, "Oh look, when's the plan? What's the plan? Where are we meeting? When's it happening?" And they said they'd already had the get together and they hadn't invited us. So that was really sad, and I was really disappointed. And so I thought, this is just not working. So I needed to do my own thing. Back in the early 2000s, there was a lesbian newsletter, and I put a wee ad in that looking for parents like me, and I had some responses. So we just started meeting in people's houses, and there's some little friends for my children. So we started a Rainbow Families group for kids with same-sex parents, because it was just super important that the children grow up knowing there are other families that were like theirs. And like families, there was all different types of families. There's families with just a grandparent, or one single parent, or 2 dads, or 2 mums, all different sorts of families that you can have. And so the children didn't feel different because they knew a whole bunch of other families, like their own.
Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm Joe Lowry's daughter. I'm an ex-member of Rainbow Families. I don't go anymore because I'm older now.
Yeah, and I'm Stella. I also used to go to Rainbow Families, and Joe is now my stepmom.
So I had moved to a new school, and I was trying to make new friends, and there was this girl who was being friendly and everything, and then we started to get closer, and she asked me about my family. I ended up telling her that I was in a queer family. I had 2 mums, and it took quite a while for her to understand it. She assumed that my dad was dead, or that I had a stepmom, and when I said I have 2 mums, she just was determined that it was a stepmom, and I had to tell her, like yay. And then after that, she pretty much jumped off the jungle gym where we were sitting and ran back to class and didn't talk to me for the rest of the term. So that was lovely, and I was probably about, I must have been 11 or 12 maybe, and that really hurt. But it's hard, and especially in primary school, I think it's different because you're so young, you don't understand the world yet. Like, I had no idea that it was that
wrong. Well, not wrong, different.
Yeah.
People thought that it was wrong. I had no clue about that.
And I think the question you get asked the most, especially in primary school, is just like, how were you made? And then I'm sitting there like, I don't know, but I'm here. And then everyone assumes you're adopted, and it's quite hard because it's like every time you want to make a new friend, you have to get interrogated. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And when you tell people, I am in a queer family, or I have 2 mums, you get the, oh cute, that's so cute. If I said to someone who has like a mum and a dad, oh my god, cute, bless, that's so weird. It's quite patronising for someone to say that to you about your family, that it's cute.
I feel like most little kids will take the beliefs and values of their parents, which are, from an older generation. It wasn't the same back then.
Yeah.
But now everything is different, so when kids grow up to be teenagers, they sort of get that more, they can take on their own feelings about things, which is, it's nice to have that.
When you do get weird vibes from someone and you know it is because of your family, it's almost like it's happened so many times it's normalized. So it's like, it just kind of goes over your head, and that sucks because it shouldn't be normalized. I shouldn't have gone through that so many times and felt so like, I don't know how to explain it.
My name is Sarah, and I'm a part of Rainbow Families because I have 2 mums and I have 2 dads, both together, never divorced, always gay. That's a question I get a lot. It's, oh, they must be divorced. We were in class, it was like a social studies class, and they were doing, you had to create a sort of Kahoot about an issue and get some people's responses. So I was with this girl and we went out, just me and her, and it was about homophobia and families, and I was like, as soon as I found that out, my stomach just went to the, it was just, I hate that feeling. My heart just dropped, and I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to explain myself to these people I don't know. I've just moved to this class, moved to this school. It's the cycle of are they gonna yell at me? Are they gonna never talk to me again? Are they gonna talk bad about me and my family? And that unfortunately it did happen, because their Kahoot, they would put up stock images of gay parents and their families. So I had kids in these photos, and it's very similar to my family's. It was usually 2 dads and a girl and a boy, very similar to my situation, or it was 2 mums and the kids. And underneath it was, how does this make you feel? How does this photo make you feel? It was either happy, proud, neutral, or it was disgusted. So it was a really big jump, and I was I had no clue how she was going to react. I actually did think she was going to put fine, neutral, or even happy. She didn't. She put disgusting. She put disgusted, and it makes me want to be sick. All those really, really horrible answers for every single question, and there was about 10 questions. So I had to sit through every single question of her putting disgusting and looking away, because she knew everything about my family, and that just makes me even more angry that I was sitting right there and she feels so strongly about gay people and specifically kids and their families, that she didn't think about my feelings. She didn't save it for later. She answered disgusting in front of this group of girls and me, and I felt so uncomfortable. I wanted to cry, I wanted to scream, I wanted to I just didn't know what to do. And it got to the end of it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to go. And the girls were like, oh, what's wrong? Are you okay? And I said, well, actually, I have 2 mums and I have 2 dads, and I'm sitting next to someone who's just put disgusted for all of those answers. And those girls didn't know. They didn't know me, and they didn't know my situation. And those really small microaggressions, I just recently learned about microaggressions and how it's things that people say, and they don't mean it in a negative way, but it does affect the people who are affected by what they're saying. So a lot of the ones people say is when you say, oh, I have 2 mums and 2 dads, it's oh, but they were together, and then they got a divorce, right? And all those assumptions that actually do affect you, and they don't realize that by saying that, it is slightly, it's not homophobia in the way that it's direct, but it's just accept what I'm saying. Why do you have such a big deal with what I'm saying that you have to be your first thought is, oh, well, that's so not normal that I have to put some sort of heterosexual spin on it. It's always a heterosexual spin that gets put onto things, or you get the response of, oh, that's so cute, and that must be so much fun. And it's am I really, it's just constantly being reminded that you're different. I think Rainbow Families was probably the best thing my parents could have ever gone to. It opened it up for them to be in a really safe space.
I kind of feel really proud. I feel really grateful to those fantastic people that I met, because they're truly part of my life and part of my children's life and part of my children's childhood, that they've got really important friends that they can, walk beside